It's 6 o'clock in the morning, Sunday. I have an Orwellian hangover this morning, courtesy of Stanley's wedding yesterday, but I've got to go and record a sample library. There's many ways to record sample libraries. This is just one. Jet lag. 2 in the morning, can't sleep for love nor money. Doesn't seem to get easier the older you get, really. I think it gets worse. Is that the sea, or just the wonderful sound of... We love the tape, don't we, Jamie?
Love it.
So, should we start with first? Yeah, and I think, guys, just one sec. I think so. Again, it's just all the way up, as loud as you can get, and back down again if possible. Or we might feel that just one direction is enough. I'm quite happy for you to just gently let the make the cymbal stop ringing. Sorry? Yeah, just very softly and naturally, because otherwise the sample's too long and it means the sample count really builds up if you're using the cymbals too much. Sure, absolutely. And then what we should try and aim to do is just the normal hits, a choke, and with kick as well. But let's just see how we get along. We'll kind of time this first pass. And as I say, just at the very end of the cymbals, you can... Great, fantastic. Your oriental choke.
Yeah,
Sounded like a massage manoeuvre.
I thought it was an extra you could order in a massage parlour.
That's great.
Happy ending in an oriental choke, please.
With a kick.
With a kick, yeah. And a punch.
Make your eyes water, but you soon get used to it. Come on!
It's cross cleared away from
Did you look away? We score when you look away.
Yeah.
Now Pardo again, who has worked hard. Good challenge from Koscielny.
Christian, we're doing this when we start with Matt, right?
Yeah, sure. My suggestion would be we'll do the ballady stuff, sample the Big Red, and then maybe just have like a free like jamming without clicks, because I think we'll get a slightly different vibe as well.
Okay.
So should we pull the guys out for now?
Let's get what we need recorded, and then we can do it.
I love that snare.
It sounded great. Should we pull the guys out?
He's asking if you guys can help for a minute.
38.
This is another loop, Johnny.
What's that?
This is another loop.
This is 41. No, still thank you.
Just like that, we're done?
Yeah.
No, just today because I was crazy.
Guys, just fucking breathe through it.
God, that snare sounds good.
Yeah.
And that in the room, with the room mics up, absolutely awesome.
So he was supposed to play this 50,000 seat stadium with us. He canceled, went back to England. He says, I went to Guns N' Roses sound check and the drummer went boom, whack, crash. The drummer. And I had, my tinnitus has never been the same. In the Enemy magazine.
Wow. Brilliant.
I'll take a couple away. It's bouncing off microphones. Good help.
Let's stay. I may need to like kind of step back and forth.
Okay, so I'll move. I'll move around.
But
You could be like right, either right, yeah, maybe right here.
There you go. I'm not in your way then.
And action.
I'm happy to be in such good company. You know, I hope those guys are really in this because I'm be really pissed off if they're not. You just drop like names, Roger Taylor or shit. You know, and you're gonna have a lot of different styles of guys. You know what I mean? I think, depending on what kind of music you're writing, you know. So it's cool. It's very cool. I'm very honored to be a part of it. You know.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Matt.
Brilliant.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Should we go and hit some drums?
Sure.
Tell your dad. You can show him it.
Drums are here. Going that way. Right here in this area, with backwards. And then Duff sat like right here. And Slash would sit there, and then Dizzy was in there. Maxwell was in there, and then the amp room was in there. And there used to be a gigantic eagle up there. And over here was a punching bag that we hung from the ceiling. Wow. And I think the hook's still up there. Look, it is. Yeah. See that hook? Oh man. That's awesome. It hung right here. I got the bag and we put a Mexican wrestling mask on it and we named it Butch. And then when you had a shitty take, you just come over here and kick the shit out of it. It was cool.
Awesome. Awesome.
And then Izzy was in here. And he came in here one day and he goes, hey, I got this song. And it started with this like flamenco kind of Spanish-y kind of thing. And I kicked in. Double tuck and jive, motherfucker, get the hell out of here. We cut that in one take. That was just him fucking around, and then I just kicked into it, and he sang it. And then Axel did the other stuff. But that was like just a joke. It became double talk and jive.
Fuck.
Where's Michelle?
Michelle was in there. The back room. Yeah.
Let's go, big smile. Just a walk down memory lane.
So Axel's piano was in there. And he just had his whole thing. And then the way we did the amps, you know, you'd put an amp like here, right? And then you'd baffle it. So you had these different amps, and I can't remember where the bass rig was, but it was all Slash's amps in here. You know, all different ones.
Yeah.
Half staffs.
It's 'cause these rooms are huge, aren't they?
Baffled off. Yeah.
Cool.
And when we cut You Ain't the First, which was sort of this drunken like track, we all set up here in a line. And we cut those acoustics live. And then there was a bass drum that I was hitting with a mallet. And Timmy Doyle played tambourine. It was like this. And my clink was in there, and then we just all played live. That's how it went down.
The Big Red. Oh!
Big Red.
Yeah, and it's part of it was some of the room and some of the reverb.
That's great sound. It's because it's deep but tight.
Yeah. And the length would be the verb or the room or the chamber or the plate.
Yeah,
Reverb, whatever they used. It worked out. I knew it would be a good rock drum when I loaned it to him, and
right.
I wasn't gonna fucking use it on a cruise ship.
I will be capturing a tighter shot, so
You want me to stand here?
yeah, you're welcome to.
And I will just look to you. Never look in the camera. Because I get weird about. Oh yeah. People that can speak into the camera are amazing.
Yeah, it's really weird.
They are amazing because I don't know how they do it. That's a gift. That is truly a gift. It's weird. I can get off on tangents, but there's a story, man. There's a story for everything.
Yeah. Yes. Lunchtime. Absolutely starving. They've got a really saucy room here. You see lots of yourselves when you're taking a shit. Amazing. Hallelujah.
It's gonna be
I
cool.
was just talking to Duff McKagan and I was like, telling him I was doing this. And I was like, I think maybe they might want to do bass, maybe at some point. He goes, no, they probably don't want to do bass. That's when people leave. It's like bass solos?
You're right, Mike's is pretty like.
So we might as well do some video diary stuff. So Mark, how do you feel that went?
I'm not sure because I can say that exactly how I feel it went without using a lot of expletives because it was king amazing.
Was it King Brilliant?
It was king fantastic, king out of this world, just King Kong. It was wonderful. Yeah, I mean, we got more than we ever thought we'd get, and it just sounds. It's completely the best room I've been in for drums, to be honest. I think it's fantastic. Yeah.
And highlight for you?
Highlight for me, there's a couple of things actually. I have to say, when we're doing loops with Matt, he went down and did those floor tom fills. You know, those rhythms on the floor toms, incredible. And also, again, Mike Fasano, who teched for it, who brought his snares with him, and we had that bell snare. That bell snare and Big Red together were just incredible. So I think the fact that we've got those as single samples is amazing. And just also working with a really lovely, brilliant musician.
Yeah, it was absolutely great.
That's pretty much all I could ask for. So, yeah, and that's just the first 2 days, and we've got another 4 to go.
Yes, and we're not going to reveal who the other drummers are. That's going to be the whole joy of watching this video diary.
Yes.
Is it someone exciting tomorrow?
Is it someone exciting? It's someone very exciting.
Can you drop any hints?
I can just say that they've played with everyone from... Has he played 9 Inch Nails, Devo... If I say Perfect Circle, that's probably too much, so I shouldn't mention that.
There is an advantage to jet lag. LA does look really beautiful at this time in the morning. So that way is to the sunset. We see at distance the Griffiths Observatory. In the background there is downtown, and then that's towards the airport, and then the coast, Santa Monica, and like Malibu behind those buildings there. Here we go. A nice moon, and the sun will be coming up shortly, which is a pretty beautiful sight. I'm going to have a bit of a swim. Yeah, so it's been a great couple of days. Matt Sorum yesterday and today. We had 2 days with Matt Sorum. We've got a new guy to work with today. It's always like really nerve-wracking for me because I never really became a hugely successful record producer. So I'm getting to work with kind of childhood heroes, and you meet them, and then an hour later you're producing them, and it's like it's quite hardcore. I tend to be just a little bit younger than them as well, so they kind of look at you, and I'm wearing my tweed jacket, looking a bit spitfirey, and there's that kind of, who is this dude? But Matt was great, we got on really well, and I think there's something that I really noticed about drummers in general is they're the sweetest, nicest people. We were talking to Louise King from Rhythm Magazine, and she said how, if there was a room with 500 people in it, and there were 2 drummers, they'd find each other. I have my own personal feeling about it, and I think that I reckon drummers have more laid-back parents. Can you imagine having an uptight mum or dad and going, "Can I get a drum kit?" Yeah, I think it's not going to happen. So I think that's why they're absolute sweethearts. And I've met the guy we're working with today already, who is an absolute ledge. So that's going to help a little bit. But I think what we're coming up with here is really special. Anyway, it's time for me to go and have a splosh, and that is something that I'm not going to... a sight I'm going to spare you, put it that way, and then we'll look at the sunrise. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me? No. Here we go. No, see me? Here we go. Oh, jeepers, I need a haircut. Hey! I've just had a swim on a roof.
Excellent. Is there a swimming pool up there?
It's the swimming pool. It's the one at the end of Spinal Tap, where they start going, at the very end, where they start talking about, let's remember that musical for Jack the Ripper, Saucy Jacks, Saucy Jacks. It's that pool.
Fantastic.
Excellent. How's everything going, guys? Anyway, all going well here. So, I trust that's all cool then. You guys, I'll just do a little reminder for me to take DC Noisemaker off, and then it's kind of over to you guys.
Great. And I'll see you 3 in the morning.
Excellent.
Good stuff.
All right, see you later, guys. Bye.
Mr. Josh Freese is with us today. Genius from the Vandals, played the Devo, Nine Inch Nails, just everyone and every session, and played on Guns N' Roses and what have you, and he's turned up the nicest and funniest man.
So,
Well,
what do you think?
I think that what's kind of quite nice to do is just to, in the first part of the first date, just kind of tick off the kind of necessaries, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So it'd be great to do like some basic rhythms that are kind of, I mean, whatever your preferred tempos are, but maybe
Sure.
90, 120, 160, and just kind of quite straight beats. And then we'll just, between like you maybe just doing a bunch of beats for a few minutes, we'll just take one of the drums, go up and down, and just slowly chip away at that, if that's an okay working.
That's fine. So you mean do some beats and then do the samples, or back and forth?
Yeah, it just kind of keeps it flowing. I think that if you, I mean,
I'm fine with whatever. I
just think if we, I think if you approach it from doing all the samples in one go, I think the kind of enthusiasm can drain out quite quickly. And I think just by kind of playing a bit, because you're still playing even though it's like one note at a time, and I just think to keep that enthusiasm. Yeah.
Are there any particular, and as we go along, I might be able to suggest some things too, but is there any particular grooves and or tempos that you would like to first know that you have for a starting point?
For me, it's just straight kind of backbeats.
Right.
It's nailing those, the different...
Sure.
Because the whole point is that people have your individual drums,
right,
so they'll be able to insert another kick drum. I would start it really, really very basic. Imagine chorus, verse, second chorus, that kind of stuff, and then go back and
16
then just,
bars of that, 8 bars of that.
and then something that's maybe a little bit more ghosty according to your kind of thing.
Absolutely.
And I think that once we kind of nailed that at the staples and all of the individual snares and stuff, then we can talk about, I know Matt was saying you do some great 6/8 stuff and all of that kind of stuff that's really you. But it's that kind of thing of you coming in as a session guy for this bit, just laying down that, because that's the thing I find, most of these sample libraries don't have. It's just basic. It's all kind of showcasing stuff.
Right. Yeah, people don't want that. After they go, God, there's a big fill after every 2 bars.
Yeah.
And can I get the fucking guy to play 16 bars and then a fill?
And people kind of overcomplicate stuff so much. And you listen to something like, I don't know, for me it's like, those funk tracks that you think that the drums are kind of doing stuff, but it's like Superstition is just, it's
that's
just
real fucking simple.
Yeah.
And it's funny because also when I've been in situations like this before, when let's say you're just doing drums, you're just doing the recording some grooves, the drummer wants to, like you say, either A, showcase, or B, when you're just doing drums, after 4 bars they want to make it special and exciting, but it doesn't have to be, because you got to look big picture of someone wanting to write to this, or lay it down in a thing to chop up a little bit and make sense of it for.
And I think
making
obviously
music.
feels good for all of that stuff. So it's almost like you're playing a bunch of songs back to back. But again, it's that kind of imagining that the music's there.
Sure.
It's not like
I've done stuff like this before.
Yeah.
I've done things where I'm in a great room with a friend, and at the end of the day, he'll say, "I'm writing a song. It's going to go do da do do da do." That's the kind of the groove.
Yeah.
I don't even have the fucking song completely written. We go and do the 8 bars of this, 16 bars of open hi-hats, some simple fills, maybe towards the end a couple, and later on I'll make it into a song. So I go in there thinking, play it like a song that still hasn't been written, but in obvious chunks of 16/8, some simple fills, and as we go on, maybe a couple trickier ones, but not every 2 bars, not every 4 bars.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Great.
Brilliant.
Sounds fucking great.
Start at 90, do you think?
Sure.
Or do you want to go start more up tempo?
How fast is 90? I don't even find. I'm the worst. I'm
Are
always.
we using the Sorum camera? Oh no, back to the electronic.
Okay.
We'll do some more of this shit.
Okay. Wow. I bet you do. Amazing. Awesome, Josh.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. You got a lot of good stuff done, huh?
Absolutely. No, amazing.
Great.
We've done
Mind boggles.
We've done all the singles now. I mean, if we do some snare swap outs tomorrow, then we'll
Yeah.
do singles on those too.
Yeah, we'll do a bunch of other snares. And we could fuck around with some too. Like a couple of them, I could even like detune really low and pad up where it sounds like where it doesn't just go whack like every other good snare. Do some kind of alternative.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Alternative to good sounding, which I guess would be bad. No, just some different shit, without fucking wearing everyone out and going down some road we don't need to go down, Just a couple of real simple things. Like it would take me 2.5 minutes to take one of those snares and bring it away to like just real dry and thuddy, so we can get the cracky ones and also ones that sound kind of like, for lack of a better term, almost like 70s, fucking,
So it's about it's nearly 6 o'clock on day 3. Jet lag's still really bad, so I was up at 4 o'clock, which is an improvement on 2 o'clock the night before. But luckily, because Josh is so awesome, we finished early today at about 4 o'clock, so I've just had a nap. And I'm going to head out with Mark to meet with the artist that we're going to be working next week, who I might not be able to actually reveal in this video diary, because it's a real scoop. But it's been a great day today, other than working with Josh, which was a real pleasure. Got so many stuff. I think he laid down we've got 80 different patterns to make into literally hundreds of loops, which is cool, and pretty much deep sampled pretty much the whole of his main kit. But also another highlight was Wendy Melvoyle of Wendy and Lisa fame, who huge kind of, when I was a teenager, was huge, massive respect for their work with Prince, especially my favourite Prince song, which is Raspberry Beret. And also, I have to admit, a little bit of a childhood crush on Wendy, and I didn't realise that she and Lisa worked in the Henson building. And anyway, someone just mentioned that we were in the building, and she just came running down from her studio and gave me a whopping great cuddle and thanked me for my part in the Spitfire thing, which is just so awesome to meet a stranger who is also a hero, who is really enjoying what we're doing, and it makes it all really worthwhile. And she's having difficulty with our filing hierarchy, which I think quite a lot of people have, so we're gonna make sure we get that sorted out for her whilst we're here. But what an amazing woman. So anyway, I'm just about to head out, just have a beer, bit of Dutch courage before I go out. It was nerve-wracking to meet legends. That's who I'm going to meet now. Bye. Oh, I've actually managed to have my first decent night's kip. Oh, it's what time is it? 7:24. Awesome. And we retired Albion last night, so it was a big day for us. There's the Hollywood Hills at Chateau Marmont. So because Josh was so brilliant yesterday, we're starting a bit later. I've got to think of some interview questions for him later, and I'm going to get my Barnet snipped. Now that's a sorry sign. House of Blues. I mean, it always looked tatty, but that's actually boarded up. It seems to have come to an end. Apparently some really bad shit went down there, and got a bit heavy, and she gone.
Special. Shout that out.
Fucking hell.
I guess tomorrow I just gotta pretend like that was a 3-minute punk rock song.
That was special.
If I stop there, I'll pick up again in a minute.
Jesus.
Insane.
The double bass got messy there, but I always kind of pride myself on not being a good double bass drum.
Sounded good from here.
It's like being really good at the finger tapping.
Yeah.
It's a cool trick, but it's nothing.
Brilliant stuff. Should we sample that snare?
Yes.
Do you want to just have a couple of minutes?
Yeah.
No. Okay. We'll switch rails anyway, so that'll take a couple of minutes.
Just hear a guy going.
Yeah, what's that sound?
Okay. Guys, if we can put you guys, if we could pull all the camera guys out for this, because this is single hits. Thanks, guys. So Mark's had to go for an emergency gap. I realised he's split his trousers and he's going commando.
No.
Yeah. So just rang up the Gap to see if they had his size.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
That's what the Gap's for, though, isn't it?
That's amazing.
So that's a wrap.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh, did I hear it? Here, try it one more time.
So that's a wrap. Hooray!
And I was telling Fariel in the office here, it's like, Charlie has always been he's always worked on such quality things.
Yeah.
I trust him, I just trust him. I didn't have to go any further other than the conversation I had with Charlie. It was like, listen, man, if he's the guy that came to me every month with something new, hey, you gotta do this, hey, you gotta get involved.
Yeah.
I don't think I can't remember the last time he asked me to hey man, you gotta get on board with this. And so when he called me, I haven't talked to him in 5 years. He was just raving, and I was like, I'm in. I'm
Cool.
in.
Oh, that's brilliant, man.
Yeah.
We had a lovely. I bumped into Wendy.
Yeah.
And it's lovely to meet her, and she's been using our stuff for an age as well. So yeah, it's great.
Well, Fariel was saying that famous people will buzz in other musicians that want to meet Wendy and Lisa, and they always yeah, whatever. But she said you guys were here. She was down here in 30
She
seconds.
appeared behind me. I mean, they said, "Oh, I think she's coming down." I was like, "Hi!" I think she finished telling us when Wendy just appeared.
She's cool.
Yeah, really. I mean, for me, and I was probably 14 when I first saw the Kiss video, and that was a crush. But yeah, and then it was lovely because we got in the car last night. And the first track that came on was Raspberry Beret.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was spooky. That's
wow. That's so cool.
It's a sign.
I'll bring those back. Okay, two. Okay.
I mean, it'd be nice to have, I think. Good, it'd be nice to have one in my box.
Sure.
So, your snares. Did you guys have a good time?
Oh, it doesn't be best.
Yeah.
Cool cases.
Really
cool.
I'm saying you can spot them from a mile away. At the airport or something, your symbols, you can't find them. Oh, they're on the baggage claim down yonder.
My brother was in a touring band, and they left from Luton Airport to go to Dublin, and they were doing a gig that night. And as they took off, my brother said, "We're not playing tonight." So I said, "What do you mean?" And he went, "Because all of our kit is on the runway as they flew." Yeah.
Oh shit, man.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Good? Yeah, it's really good. Cool. Gold dust, brilliant. Nice one, guys.
We'd like to get a few just sliding shots.
No problem. Sure.
And I don't want to teach you to suck eggs, but if we could take some shots of the films, the kid as well, naturally. Certainly. Yeah, particularly the baby.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me put in a question.
No, thank you.
I said, the first time I met him, and I said I would try and find the picture, and I saw the picture about a year or two ago. I was going through I was at a NAMM show, in 83 or 84, and I fucking had an autograph album. Literally, it was a green thing about this big, and it said autograph album on it. I got his autograph, I got Vinny's autograph. I got a picture of me standing with him on my little camera with a flash cube.
That might have been the year I met you.
I think I met you maybe a year later, a year or two, because then in 85, the real time I remember basically meeting Jeff, I was playing at PAS when he was at the Sheraton Universal in 85.
Yeah.
And this is the story that Kelly even told the other night at the Hans Zimmer session. He's like, I'm sitting there and, Jeffrey comes over. And Jeffrey's like, oh man, there's this kid over there at the Simmons booth. We got to come check him out, man. So I'm telling the story. I said, I'm playing. There's Jeff Porcaro. I'm trying not to fuck up. He disappears. I'm like, phew. And he comes back with Jim Keltner 2 minutes later, and they're hanging over me. I'm like, oh God, And I go, from that moment on, he was so cool to me. And I said, and as I was coming up, so to speak, and really young, 15, 16, 17, 18, I'd run into him once in a while in the studio, and he was always so happy to see me and happy that I was there working and doing stuff. There was never any sort of, who's this kid coming, I'm going to take my work.
Jeff wasn't that guy.
No, of course. Yeah, I said he was he was such a cheerleader early on for me.
He needs the ball to speed up the football. He can do it instead of another first down, and it's for set.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Sorry for the delay. Cheers.
So good day today, Mark?
Yeah, it was a good day today. Today, we spent 2 days with Josh Freese. Now, we've just spent 2 days with Matt Sorum. We just spent 2 days with Josh Freese. And they're all amazing. This guy was pulling stuff out of the hat, like we were laughing, so much humour. And we finished today, and we all looked at each other, and like the loops we got are incredible. And we're sitting in a bar now, watching the Steelers fucking take it, I hope. Because if we don't, this woman's going to fucking go green and kill us all. So we've got to win.
Sounding awesome, though. Really awesome. So, should we start with a BPM of 90? Yeah. And just start simple, imagine different variants, change the pattern up for as long as you're comfortable, really.
Great.
Cool. But it sounds better.
It sounds so much better.
When we did Headley Grange, we took one of these machines all the way down to this house in the middle of Hampshire. And it was expensive, and then we had all of the Neve pre's and all of that kind of stuff.
And the engineer went, okay.
We had a mobile truck, 2 digital rigs and stuff, and we A/B'd the two, and you just go, sounds better.
Yeah.
Digital's this big,
yep.
Analog's this big.
Fat.
Fucking gorgeous. So now we've made a rod for our own banks, so whenever we're doing drums, we're just like,
yeah. Are we running 24?
24.
Yeah. If there were more
Remember
channels.
when we did, what was it, 16 on one and 8 on another?
We had
With
16,
McCartney?
8,
Yeah.
24, and then rig. What's it called, rig?
Insane.
Logic
Oh,
rig.
that's right.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So we're like,
Yeah.
this song's going to 8-track. This
Yeah.
song's going to 24. This is
Yeah.
16, and then
Really?
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
were doing stuff like drums would be on an inch of tape on 4 tracks.
Yeah.
And it was just like, they sounded so fucking thick, man. It was ridiculous. Yeah.
So I thought it was interesting listening to it. 120, I would say, is actually the fast end of kind of funk.
Yeah.
And I think if we were to do like a kind of breakbeaty feel, I would say maybe 110 something.
Yeah.
So just going through all the tracks, up-tempo funk tracks that I like.
Yeah.
120 is actually quite fast.
Yeah.
It's more laid back. Isn't it?
I mean that's when you get more into just the straight up kind of disco 120.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want too much fancy shit up there. Yeah.
Should we listen to 110?
yeah.
I think I like Pick Up the Pieces,
wanna-
Average White Band, Oops Upside, Brick House.
So we're aiming for a little bit more funky.
If that's your
right?
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
And I love that snare. I love that. I think that snare. It's kind of very Tower of Power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Great.
They were tight, weren't they? That
Oh man, ridiculous. Jesus.
That's one section.
Yeah, what is hip is like just crazy.
So it's this American lady. I used to have a studio in a big complex that had a big studio, and there was this American lady sitting at the bar one evening and sat down and overheard her talking to the bar. And she goes, "Yeah, I'm in the pre-production room, I think it's called. It's the Pro Tools room that's in there." I said, "Well, if it's the Pro Tools room, it's probably more post-production. They do more post-production." I said, "Oh, what are you doing there?" She said, I forget his name actually, "I'm working with the producer, says, who's a friend of mine." I said, "Oh, right. He's doing Randy Crawford's album at the moment. What are you doing? Are you involved in it?" And she said, "Hi, I'm Randy." Taxi!
I missed that.
He said in, was it minus, like, Reed.
go.
I had a director say to me once, "Christian, do you have good taste in music?" And I said, "Yeah, I'd like to think so." And he went, "Why have you checked it in at the door for my movie?" In front of quite a lot of people.
Oh, shit.
Put the knife back in the drawer, Mrs. Sharp.
It started off as passive aggressive and just became aggressive.
Well, that's why that's why I have my business card when those moments happen. There's my card.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Abe, success?
That's been dreadful. I mean, the man's moody.
Yeah, there's always one fly in the ointment, isn't there?
Seriously, I don't know who smiles more, him or all of us, because we're smiling on the other side of the glass when he's playing, and he's smiling because he's just having a good time. He loves what he does, and it's coming through. It's ridiculous. We've had 6 days of ridiculously great drummers, but Abe is just wonderful, just amazing. Oh wow! Wait till people hear this bass drum, all these bass drums.
Yeah, absolutely nuts.
And a little tricky pull.
When Jamie put it up on the big speakers, it was just like, whoa.
Well, it's that thing, he's got this really tight kit, and then he hits that bass drum with the other bass drum trigger off, so they create this kind of wash. It's just boom, underneath everything. And it's like, what do I want to put on top of this? Do I want to put like a synth and a vocal? Because that's all you need. So I'm just sitting there going, I don't want to wait 3 or 4 months to do the post on this. I want this now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's really, really
good. Dan's such a lovely guy as well.
Yeah, all that laughter and everything. Might have to go drinking with him at some point.
Yes, absolutely.
It's going to be dreadful.
What are we going to do now? We're going to go and sit by the pool.
I mean, I have to do the call sheet for the morning, so I mean that requires a pool and Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels. I'm going to have a bud.
Well, what you got me with you?
Jet lag. Nearly a week into the trip, and I'm still waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's an absolute nightmare. I did the music for a light entertainment program about 10 years ago, and it's literally on a loop on a channel in America. Top Gear. Jeepers, you just can't get away from it. Anyway, I'm going to go and have a swim. Hi, how you doing?
How's it going today?
Yeah, really good, really good. Oh, this looks great.
They are vanishing.
Yeah.
It's a good place to grow up.
Cool contraption.
Abe, thanks so much. That's absolute gold dust. That's absolutely brilliant. Really, really cool stuff. Just realised, looking at the kind of the dailies for my behind the scenes fly on the wall footage. There's quite a lot of drinking involved.
That's a good thing.
Why couldn't we have gotten that earlier?
Yeah, I was waiting for it. Yeah.
I was like, I am not leaving this control room until I torture him.
Excellent. Well, we've got the lovely symbols to do.
Yeah!
Nice. Yay! Shall we warm up with maybe some 3/4?
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm just going to hold it over my nether region so you can't see how excited I am. There's no need.
Wow, what is that?
It's a new guy, but it's a guy from Italy that makes these. He's like the guy that people send the old ones to repair, and now he started making these. You know, basically it's like a vintage Ludwig, you know, Black Beauty.
Wow.
So he does all the
probably made about a month ago.
Might be a little too ringy.
That was my instinct. If you recall that thing that I said that Josh did, just fed, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Can we stay at this tempo and do a 4/4 with that technique? Because it sounds amazing.
Okay.
I went ethnic on you, sorry.
That was awesome. Should we grab that snare?
Yeah.
So just flip reels.
Cool.
The sound you're trying to get out of the thing, and the dynamic. And you really have to concentrate on each piece.
Dum, dum.
I've never seen something so big.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Right. Story of my life.
That's what you wish she said. Set the bishop to the axe.
Ooh. 2 days I've been seeing that in the hallway.
Are you going to be playing anything? Or just a kick?
I think... yeah.
I'm curious what you guys think of that.
6 over
listeners.
/ 185.
Yeah. Cool, thank you.
Real labels for real reels.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know. Jamie doesn't want to be in the shop.
What do you want? Make another offer. You want to run and
Hey, thanks so much. It's just really absolutely brilliant.
Really,
absolutely amazing.
Thanks for having me.
No, thank you. We've got 4 hours of material.
Oh Jesus, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm going to let the editors know. They're going to be pulling some overtime.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
Well, they could skim through it and say that.
Yeah. Right. No.
They're gonna be very picky.
Flammy snare, clicky thing.
Useless.
Those are big cymbals, aren't they? Should we get some Ross in?
Yeah.
Okay. Ross.
Where's my brain?
Ross, should we do this?
What?
So yeah, great.
But I like to work. I like to get in there, and it's always a real feeling of accomplishment when, especially when something you work on gets to the radio or it's a big hit. That's very satisfying.
Brilliant. Thanks so much. That's absolutely brilliant. Really fascinating stuff. Great. Right, should we just do this one tracking shot? This joke tracking shot.
We
Thanks
have this
so much.
full backup, so
oh, great.
we
Fantastic.
didn't lose anything.
So that's our tenure at Henson.
Henson's over for now. Yes. Wow.
We'll be back.
Oh, it's just people are amazing. The engineer's incredible.
Yeah.
And for the studio. I mean, for drums, that room's. You can see why it's everyone's favourite. I mean, Abe was so happy when he found out we were recording there, and we recorded a 28-inch kick drum today, and the way it was played made it sound like a 24.
Yeah.
It was so tight and beautiful, but the air, the way it moved. Oh, wow.
It's great.
Yeah.
First cloudy day since being here. Looks like it's clearing up though. Day off today, a welcome one, because I went out and got absolutely munted with two very good friends, Theo Green and Tom Howe. Fantastic up and coming composers who are based out here with Mark Lowe, and we imbibed lots. If you know anyone, if you're out in LA and you know anyone who can get into the Soho House in LA, it's really worth a visit. It's really something else. Amazing view of LA. Anyway, I'm going to go and get a hot dog. Yeah. How you doing, man? You all right?
Good. How you doing?
Good trip?
Yeah, it was great until the cab ride.
The one with the API was out at Joshua Tree.
Great. Yeah, so as far as his pedals, does he have like a stereo out pedal? Because you said a stereo DI, so I was wondering...
I just assumed that his pedal board might go to stereo at the end.
A stereo out. Okay, cool.
And I'm presuming his board is sitting in the middle there.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was just going to wait till I got
he's
here.
due here now. What I'll do is I'll wander out and just give him a call and just say, hey, just let you know, the green building... Is it okay to park out?
Yeah, you can park that out.
Sweet.
Love this board.
Yeah, I know, isn't it good? One of the big things about it was like, oh, look at the board. It's a good board.
Really annoying. Roll it up so it goes there.
Yeah, that's it. That should be... Oh, it's only...
How we doing?
We're good. We're getting there.
Excellent.
Winning.
Well, it's a seriously nice board. Multi-layered, multi-stacked. Of course, he's controlling the fugue or something.
Come on.
Look at me.
In the control room and run the speaker cables out here and put the speakers here. I mean, that's one way we do it a lot.
Okay, well, if that worked before, then let's do it that way.
That's something we, I mean, we do it both ways, but like with this big, like the last session we had with like this big of a pedal board, we set them up in there and ran stuff out here.
Okay.
We're in this quite vibey studio in it's kind of near Pasadena, but there's a real ground loop problem. And at one point, with Joey's amp, we actually had some Japanese radio coming out of it very loudly. So obviously, you get rid of a bit of buzz and a bit of hum, but getting rid of a radio station is something else. So they're trying their best to get it fixed, but it's we were meant to downbeat at 10 o'clock and it's now 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, this is nice.
Now this is a very rare sight.
What's that? It's rain.
Yes, Lorraine. Stanley's brought it from London, a special treat for him.
Il pleut. Yes, why there's rain here is because this man is...
Thanks, Stanley. It's a special treat. What do you? So how did it go today, guys?
Really well.
Yeah.
Started a bit slow, a bit nerve-wracking at first.
A bit frustrating.
The bit where the Japanese radio started coming out of.
Nothing to do with the player or the guest or anything. Just
I think that's when
we could get Radio Free Europe on the amp head was
accordion radio.
Yeah, that was the point where actually the accordion started coming out. Joey was like,
we're all looking at each other going, is that an accordion? Is that part of the Pixie sound?
You could, it was one of the things you could either just laugh at or just take it in a stride, and I think we both
we laughed.
We laughed. Well, I didn't actually. I grimaced.
You did grimace a little bit.
Just a little.
Oh, but my God, some of those tones today.
Oh, this water's gonna go ocean.
Yeah.
Really?
Of course. What are they gonna think? They're gonna release this water to the ocean. But you can say like, oh, it's dried out, but like you need to save the water. Water less.
So what are we doing here, Stanley?
We're just doing a backup of all the drum sessions that we recorded.
Is it quite a big one? Quite tricky?
Yes, it's a big one. It's so that we can return, because we obviously fly on separate flights to make sure at least one copy gets back to the UK.
Yeah.
We'll make sure that at least one hard drive survives any fatal.
And only one of us is allowed the fish course as well.
Yes, but we always have to have separate meals anyway. That's a given.
Yeah.
It's fire culture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Well, this is nearly the end of the trip. Jet lag has been just appalling. I didn't get to. I got to bed at about 10 last night and woke up at 12, and I've been awake since then. It's now about 7:30. Absolute nightmare. I've never had it so bad. So I'm really exhausted. But anyway, it was a great day with Joey yesterday. Another day with Joey today. Probably just 2 or 3 hours, and then I'm going to scoot off and do the fatherly and husbandly duty of going to get my family some gifts, because it'll be 12 days that I've been away from the young family, so always come back with a couple of treats. But anyway, for now, my second to last sploosh in this lovely pool. Thanks, mate. Yeah, or outside might be quite nice.
Are you having a Coke? Do you want them to cut them fresh, freeze them in the store,
yeah,
and then fry them?
Yeah, must do better.
A challenge for your life.
Quite a hazy morning. I can't believe last night is the first night I got some sleep, which means I'm now in sync with LA time, just in time to go back to London. So I'll be nice and jet lagged for a couple of weeks in London now. Always the way. Anyway, time for my last sploosh. Those houses are quite awesome up there. So, 3 A-list session musicians, never done sampling before. They seem to have a good time. Why do you think that is, Mark?
I think they were a lot freer to do what they wanted to do. I mean, obviously there was a single hit. I think also because we actually spent time talking with each one beforehand. You know, we kind of laid out what we needed and what the expectations were, but at the same time encouraged them to be themselves. You know, and that it was about capturing them, not just capturing the drum. So I think they felt more inclusive. I think they gave.
I think what I really got from them was they want the end product to be as good as possible, and I think that's very much the session psyche here. Because we approach it from trying to make it as good as possible, and the experience as good as possible. And I think if the artist is doing the same, we're all aligned. It's great. Top job.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. And you've got to do that today. And you've had too much melatonin. That's a big seat. Oh. So I have to admit, I've bailed a day early. I've got a very young family, I miss them terribly. So I've actually got to flight back via Vancouver. To get back and see my Finland and Stats making some Guinness songs and stuff. So I'm going to go back home. These guys can look after me. Can't believe they're showing that series. Awesome. So from Charlie Chaplin's studio back to the square where he grew up. It's been 10 amazing days. Came home a bit early to see my family, so really looking forward to seeing them. It's all kicking off here. That's one way to make a sample library.